Hiya, I'm Ed.
Hi, I'm Huw, and welcome to part 2 of our 50s Stratocaster shootout. The is it or isn't it mystery.
Indeed, we looked at the Golden Wonder Strat in lots of detail, didn't we?
We did, yes.
And that guitar. And
yeah.
Please look back on our past videos if you haven't already checked that one out.
Exactly, so you probably want to watch that one first, but in a nutshell, we were trying to decide whether this was a genuine 50s Strat or not, and came to the conclusion it could be a Bitzer, it could be a Frankenstein, but most of the bits on it are 50s Stratocaster parts, including the neck and the body and the pickups. So to all intents and purposes, it's a 56, 57 Strat. The body of this one and the body of that one are both October 56. So I just love the idea that all these years later, these two guitars that may well have been on the production line at exactly the same time in the Fender factory of the 1950s,
around the world, different places,
find themselves in the same room half a century later.
It's amazing.
It's I think that's just fantastic. But really, of course, you want to hear what these guitars actually sound like. So the whole purpose of this video is just to compare this one with this one sonically. We're going to be using a variety of different amplifiers and a variety of different tones.
Yeah, please let us know in the comments which one you prefer, if you prefer one over another, or if you hear any similarities or differences.
Yeah.
It's always great to get your feedback. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely. And once again, thanks ever so much to Lucky Fret Music in London and our good friend Andrew Raymond, who's let us borrow this from his personal collection.
So, Hugh, tell us the story of how you got this guitar then.
Yeah, I got really lucky, I think. Basically, there was a shop in Cardiff, music shop, called Cranes, which is sadly closed down now. I used to do a lot of work for them, and they bought this guitar as part of a really large collection, job lot, and they bought it on the understanding that it was a 50 Strat, but they weren't entirely sure. So they hadn't paid a lot of money for it, but they sent it over to me to appraise it, essentially. And I always remember it arriving. It was in this terrible case, horrible case, and I opened it up and I saw it and I thought, oh God, that's awful. And then I picked it. I remember picking it up, and it's featherweight. It's 7.1 kilos, and I thought, ooh, this feels nice. And I took one strum, and I just thought, even if it's not, a vintage Strat, this is a seriously great guitar. So I had a good feeling about it from the beginning. So anyway, I went through it and I wrote an appraisal for them, sent it over, and the shop manager at the time rang me back and said, okay, we're thinking of selling it on, and he told me how much, and it was such a good price. I kind of thought, yeah, I'm going to push the boat out on this, and I'm actually going to buy it. So that's what I did. I never thought I'd own a 50 Strat, but I've been really, really fortunate. If I was really interested in just turning a profit, I would take this guitar to pieces and I would sell off the constituent parts, and I could make a fair amount of money on this. But I never ever thought I'd own a 50 Strat, and I always wanted a 50 Strat. So even if I sold all the parts, I still wouldn't have enough money to buy a 50 Strat.
Please don't. And there's, as I'm sure you know, guitars sometimes work and sometimes don't.
Yeah.
Some necks fit with bodies, and whether they resonate differently or they don't quite work. This works as an instrument.
Yeah,
It
totally.
sings, it's beautiful, it's lightweight, it all,
Yeah.
There's obviously issues, of course there is, but yeah, don't take it apart.
I'm not going to. I love it. I am going to keep it.
Yeah.
I really love this guitar. Well, we've done all the tests, Ed. We've compared them in minute detail, but I mean, the real thing is, what do they like to play? I mean, does this guitar strike you as being similar to this one? What's your feelings?
Unbelievably close, really. So many of the features, the weight of them, the feel of the neck profiles, that distinct 50s V.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
both,
absolutely.
Both so resonant as well. They ring, they're chimey, not brash at all. That's the unplugged acoustic voice of them is really similar. And that's probably a combination of all the parts of the guitar, but they sing as instruments. They really do. They work, and this one totally puts me in the same mind frame as playing that one.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's like the weights are the same, the way they balance is the same. Yeah. These extreme contours give the body the same kind of feel. The necks, although that one's lost a fair bit of depth because of over sanding, the basic profile of both necks is much the same. Yeah.
There's an unquantifiable almost thing of picking up a good vintage guitar and everything just feels right.
Yeah.
And it's, try as we might, and we try in lots of detail to put our fingers on what that is. Some guitars just do seem to have it, for want of a better term, unfortunately.
And that one has it in spades.
It does, really does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hope you enjoyed the 50 Strat tone shootout today.
Yeah, they're pretty closely related.
Amazing. I mean, the tonal similarities, unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Blown away.
Perhaps you agree, perhaps you disagree. We'd love to hear from you, so just let us know your feelings. But as far as we're concerned, these two are tone twins.
Yeah, please let us know in the comments which was your favourite, or if you hear some real similarities, differences. It's great to get your feedback.
Always, yeah.
Do appreciate it. And join us again soon for another episode of Tone Twins TV.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe, which is the button down there.
Yeah, thanks very much. Take care. Hwyl fawr.
Ciao.